Good morning, everybody. I'm San Diego Mayor Todd Gloria. I'm joined this morning by San Diego Police Department Lieutenant Adam Sharkey, as well as Ashley Bailey, who is with the city's communications department and who was lead on the project that we're announcing today. We're here to unveil the San Diego Police Department's new website, which has been many, many months in the making. Now, I recognize that government websites are nothing new, but this one had a pretty big mission to fulfill in terms of all the audiences that we have to serve and the critical importance it is to the public to provide the information and services our residents need and deserve to know more about. You all know that it has been a priority of my administration to ensure that government is transparent, service-oriented, and accountable to the people. Our former police department website was tough to navigate and to find what you need, which for residents can often be frustrating, particularly when they're sometimes looking for information in a very difficult moment. When they have to file a police report or perhaps after a property crime, making sure that that process is as painless as possible is important. This website helps to fulfill that objective. For the folks in this room, members of the media, I think you'll be pleased with the amount of data that is now being made available to yourself and directly to the members of the public, which you'll be able to access without filing record requests. I want to applaud and thank our Chief David Nislight for sharing my commitment to transparency. It is my firm belief that when we operate better, when we're accountable, and when we have the community's trust. And I think the Chief agrees that is especially true when it comes to policing. The work on this website was all done in-house. It was a collaborative effort between the San Diego Police Department, our communications department, as well as the Department of Information Technology. Before I turn it over to Lieutenant Sharkey, I want to thank a couple of folks who were key in this initiative. First, of course, is Chief David Nislight, who directed this change and all the work that he and his team have put into it. Ron Vasquez from the Department of Information Technology's web team. Officer Darius Jamsetchi and the San Diego Police Department's Media Services Unit, as well as Ashley Bailey and graphic designer Amor Figuracion from our City Communications Department. Clearly a team effort is one that I'm very proud of, particularly again because it was all handled in-house. So on behalf of the public who will be using this site, I want to thank everyone who was involved in making this possible. And with that, I'm now pleased to turn it over to Lieutenant Sharkey. Adam?
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Good morning. My name is Adam Sharkey. I'm Lieutenant Public Information Officer and in charge of the Media Services Unit. And today is a great day. This project has been in the works for well over a year, and creating a website seems like it would be incredibly simple, but it's certainly not easy. Our website is one of our greatest tools for community engagement, transparency, and accessibility. Now with the content up to date and organized in what we intend to be an intuitive and simple-to-use layout, residents can quickly access up-to-date crime, safety, and police services information. Our communities will be able to see what the police department is doing to serve our neighborhoods. Now, if someone's experiencing an emergency, they should call 911. But there are many things that we offer online reporting for, and this website will make online reporting even more accessible. Our intention is that if people can find the information they need online, they may not need to call the non-emergency line, and this should be a service improvement by reducing telephone wait times for the public. We look forward to expanding this current website in the coming months to provide even more accessibility, functionality, and usefulness for our communities. As the mayor mentioned, this project was done completely in-house using experts from across city departments, and the police department would like to thank a number of the same people. We'd like to thank the Department of Information Technology's web team, particularly Ron Vasquez, SDPD's Strategic Communications Officer, Ashley Bailey, the Media Services Unit, including Officer DJ Jamsetchi, all of the San Diego Police Department units who contributed to content, photos, and accessibility, and then the city's communications department. I would encourage all San Diegans to check out our new website at sandiego.gov/police. And now to discuss some of the finer points of the site is Ashley Bailey, the Strategic Communications Officer with the city's comms department. Ashley?
Thank you, Mayor Gloria and Lieutenant Sharkey. Good morning. It's a pleasure to join you all today. This project is a great accomplishment for the city of San Diego. I'm going to walk you through the process we took for the website redesign and some of the new features. After answering any questions here at the podium, we've also set up some computers in the back for the media for any additional demonstrations or questions you may have. As Lieutenant Sharkey mentioned, one of the greatest tools for public information is our website. Throughout the project, we kept key objectives in mind. making our services and programs easier to find, highlighting data and transparency, and transitioning from operations-based content to a topic-based model, which I'll share more about in a moment. The changes we've made may seem simple, and that's important because residents deserve to be able to find the basics when they're looking for safety and crime information. Today's announcement is just phase one. There are other areas that we've already identified for future improvements, so stay tuned for those. The project began with research and analysis. We reviewed the most viewed pages on the old SDPD website and then looked at other agencies, large and small, to gather ideas and rethink SDPD's content. Some of the sites we looked at include local agencies like the San Diego Sheriff's Department, who just launched a new website last year, LAPD, San Francisco, Chicago, New York, and others. Next, we launched into the creation of the pages, working back and forth with various PD units to ensure the content was accurate. Overall improvements you'll notice include content organization. It's much easier to find or search for what you're looking for. It's more visually appealing overall, but it also includes special callouts on pages where a report might be necessary. You can see an example of one of those here. And we transition to topic-based information. When a resident is looking for information, they don't want to piece it together by first needing to know internal city operations or what unit handles it. It can be frustrating and potentially lead to them calling the non-emergency line for information they might have otherwise found online. So we switched from listing information by units to grouping the content by topic. For example, if someone is looking for information on what to do after they've been in a traffic accident, how to receive a copy of their report, or how to pay a traffic citation, it's now all in one place. Other features I'd like to highlight include online forms that can now be filled out and submitted directly to the department online for ride-along requests, thanking an officer, filing a complaint, requesting a vacation house check, and more. The website has a search feature on the home page for the entire PD site, as well as search features on many other subpages. The website now has elements for transparency, as the mayor mentioned. There is a new public comment section for procedures that are in final draft form. This allows SDPD to seek input from community members and organizations ahead of new procedures being released. Other departments like Chicago and New York already have this. There is also a section for mandated disclosures, which you in the media may be familiar with, SB 1421, AB 748 disclosures. However, this year there were additional mandates, and we anticipate more to come. So we created a section dedicated to those mandates to keep all information in one area. And lastly, there is an events calendar. We'll be adding events that SDPD attends or hosts that the community can also attend. This way, communities can see what's coming and join us at these events. Now, a few words for our Spanish media. Hoy anunciamos la nueva página web para el Departamento de la Policía de San Diego. La página web será un excelente recurso para nuestras comunidades. Algunos de los cambios que se pueden ver son, además de reportar por la página web algunos delitos que no son emergencias, pueden encontrar nuevos formularios digitales como bien elogiar el trabajo de un oficial o una presentación de quejas. También pueden ver servicios y programas ofrecidos por el departamento y una manera de buscarles por fácilmente. Hay una sección para datos e información sobre las medidas y procedimientos que siguen los oficiales y también un nuevo calendario para que los residentes puedan asistir a eventos con el departamento. Es importante que todos tengan acceso a información para su seguridad en San Diego. Queremos recordarles a todos que la ciudad de San Diego tiene la capacidad de traducir todas las páginas a su propio idioma. La página web ya está disponible en sandiego.gov/police. In conclusion, I want to thank Mayor Gloria and Chief Nisley for their confidence in the teams working to develop this. It truly was a collaborative city effort, and I'm honored to have been a part of it. Again, we encourage all community members to check out the new website at sandiego.gov/police. And if you have suggestions for how to make it better, we welcome those. There's a feedback tab on the city's website that you can submit feedback to us. Now I'll turn it back over to Mayor Gloria, and thank you.
Ashley, thank you, and she really is the driving force behind this initiative. So, Ashley, thank you for all your great work on this. With that, we're happy to take questions. As Ashley mentioned, we also have some computers in the back of the room for demonstrations and to show the power of this new website. I would just reinforce what Ashley mentioned. This is an iterative process. We look forward to making continual improvements to this website to meet the demands and expectations of the public that we're honored to serve. Again, transparency, accountability is paramount importance in this administration. I think it's particularly important in law enforcement. I'm grateful to the San Diego Police Department for stepping up and really showing how we can do this job of protecting our public, but doing it transparently and accountably through this website and through other initiatives that we're advancing. With that, any questions at this time? If there are none, we're certainly available for one-on-ones. And again, I urge you to check out the displays in the back of the room. Thank you all very much for being here this morning.